Hi everyone, Mike from WORX Plus. Just calling in on Spec Floors. They've had the GK King Series grinder for another on-site demo for a few days. I'll be really keen to see what Dale's been up to. A little bit about Spec Floors. He's a sole operator. We do a lot of in-house testing on tooling and products, we know that. When we talk about some real-world testing and that sort of thing there, you can pretty much bet Dale's probably had his hands on it. He's a real magician when it comes to polishing concrete, but he also really likes to play around with tooling and machinery and everything as well. So I'll be super keen to see what he's been up to. Let's check it out. Dale, how are you, mate?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Why don't we start off, tell us a little bit about yourself and Spec Floors and how you came to be where you are.
Originally, I guess I finished school and like most other sort of father-son companies, found myself grinding concrete for Dad.
Yep.
Started doing that full time, probably did that for about 5.5 years. And then, as a lot of people will know, father-son relationships get strained when you work together. So I decided it was time to go spread my wings, do something else. So for me, that was joining the military. So I did 7.5 years in the Australian Army.
Yep.
And then had kids and decided that lifestyle wasn't really sustainable for me anymore. So Dad was ready to get out of the business at that point in time. So Jade and I decided that we would come back and buy the business off Dad. And we started that 1st of Jan 2023. Since then, pretty much just been operating as a sole operator. Dad's retired, semi-retired, he does a bit here and there, and back into it and having a great time.
What's involved being a sole operator? What does that sort of quite mean? I mean, I know you have your dad come in from time to time to lend a hand, and I know plenty of businesses like that, but being a sole operator, what are some of the trials and tribulations? What's the good and the bad? How do you find it?
Yeah, I think we'll start with the good, like definitely quality. Quality is always been what we've sort of aimed for, and because I'm a sole operator, I do every square centimetre of the floor, so I can make sure it's up to the standard that I want to deliver to our clients, so that they're getting the quality that they signed up for. I mean, spectacular concrete finishes for a reason, right? It's not just the name, it's what we do.
Yep.
The challenges that come with that, I need to make sure my body stays in good condition so I can continue going to work. So I'm very calculated with the risks that I take in my own life.
Yep.
And I'm very time constrained. So I've got a young family. Running the business by myself is a lot of work. My partner Jade helps me out a lot with that, especially on the computers and the admin side. But then just, sometimes things go wrong on site and I don't have the labor to throw at it that I would if I had 4 or 5 guys. It's all mine, but we'll get it fixed and get it sort of turned around in that time frame.
So pretty important to have the right tooling, right machinery, everything in place. Vehicles, setups, all that sort of thing, I can imagine are pretty important.
It's paramount. The tooling that we use, the chemicals that we use, the equipment that we use to deliver the floors is super important to us. We generally will carry a fair bit of stock. We'll generally have tools for anything that can go wrong, as much as one can. So we roll around with a pretty big setup for a sole operator. We've got a fair bit of equipment to provide that. And we've streamlined where we can. We're in a new truck this year. We've got a new generator that's set up for the new range of grinders. We're packing power, we're packing tools, we're ready to go. We'll just have to be prepared. The 5 Ps is really important for us.
Yep, perfect. So, into it. GK King Series grinder. We're here in the middle of day 2, so you've had it for about a day and a half now. What are the initial impressions? I know you've been all over the Grind King Series videos and how that's all been progressing and that sort of thing there. So, initial thoughts. What are your initial thoughts?
Oh, she's a beast.
Okay.
Absolutely. 700mm machine, 290mm plates, all the power in the world. Let's get it. She is an absolute beast. Definitely takes the skill level up a notch compared to anything else I've sort of been running. It's definitely capable of digging through the slab probably quicker than anything. I mean, the slab that we're on, it's pretty soft, it's pretty open. we've put some gentle tools on and it still turned them to powder pretty quickly. So I think you could definitely do wrong with it if you didn't know what you were doing. With the right operator on that thing, man, it's gonna do some stuff.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
Great, good to hear. So I mentioned that, the grinder series on YouTube and everything like that. I know, I was catching up with you on a real consistent basis. We're always talking about the machine. You see it on the screen, you see the launch in Vegas, all of it on screen and on your phone and things like that, to actually get your hands on it and to start operating. Is it sort of meeting that expectations? Is it really living up to the value?
Yeah, I think I really got invested in it when I started learning about it. And I've got some spreadsheets on the computer that I could probably show you.
Not surprised.
That'll tell you why it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to have had my hands on it. Mechanically, it's absolutely met every expectation I've had and surpassed some as well. There's some things happening with the machine that I don't quite understand that are good, that are very good. It's doing some things to this floor that I would not expect it to be able to do. And I'm very, very happy about that. It's got some software integration in it that I haven't seen before that functions really quite well. And it's gonna take a lot of the sort of like the intricacies out of what you're doing. It's gonna do a lot of that for you. And it goes backwards. And backwards is the way.
There you go, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
So you mentioned backwards is the way. So I guess operating like a 3D printer, being able to go forward and backwards and that sort of thing there. What are some other sort of standout features that you've noticed that you've been using, I guess, while you've been operating here that you've probably seen online, but again, to get your hands on and actually play with? What are a couple of other things that you've liked?
Yeah, so the 290mm plates is definitely a big one. I think with that spread of those plates under that machine, the geometry that we're achieving under there has given us flatter floors.
Yep.
It's giving us the ability to hit those high pressures, the high areas with high pressure without transferring a bunch of load into the low areas. It's really flattening out the floors better than I would expect it to. And then 22 kilowatts of power. I mean, what's not to like about that? You plug the juice into it and it'll just spin. And so you're just plowing diamonds into a floor and just turning that concrete to powder like nothing. Like the power is unbelievable. The control, so the wheel drives, the tires, the traction that it has, the way that RC system can control that much power going through a head, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, that's great. And we say hands-on, literally hands-on, remote. What are some of the features on the remote that you like?
Oh, toggle switches.
Toggle switches?
Yeah. So for us as operators, like being able to run the remote by touch without looking at it, I think is really important. We spend a lot of time looking at the machine and making sure, we're really close to the edge, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're looking at our scratch pattern, we're making sure it's all running good. If I'm making tweaks here and there, I want to be able to do that without looking at things. And the toggle switches on the remote really allow me to do that. Wheel speed up a bit, planetary speed up a bit, disc speed down a bit. It's really, really easy. There's some other features on there that I think will get developed to a really, really good standard. But the screen, the displays, the amp you're pulling, the split chassis, being able to take the load off it, and you can see on the screen, when you're taking the load off, you can see direct impact to that, and then you see it on the floor as well. So
no more opening up the back of cabinets and looking for information on inside cabinets and things like that. It's all.
Oh, can I do that with it? I haven't needed to.
I was going to say you wouldn't need to, mate.
I haven't needed to. Everything's on the screen.
And the twist joystick, that's one of my favourites.
Oh yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to, but I think once you're converted to a twist, you'll be all about it. I'm used to other remotes where you just put your thumb on it and you drive away. This is a thumb and forefinger joystick. Once you can make that bridge, you'll be set. Yeah,
beautiful. Mate, you mentioned spreadsheets. Like for all the analyzers out there, tell us some of the key points that you found when you were drilling down on your spreadsheets on the computer. And
yeah, so I guess the key instigator of the spreadsheet start was the grinder series. I'm watching Josh run the GK-700, seeing the amount of dust that he pulled out of it. The maths didn't quite add up to me. So I went in, I looked at the technical specifications of the GK, might have used some AI to help me along the way to compare some stuff. Compared it against my current fleet of grinders, looked at head pressure, looked at tool speed. So not just rotation speed of disc, but tool speed. We're a 290mm disc, right? So the tool speeds are up. looked at what the comparisons are to my current grinders, and I thought that this grinder should perform the same as a bigger grinder that I have.
Okay.
When Josh did the grind with it, it outperformed it, obviously. You can see the YouTube video. And all I could think of was more power. More power is what we've got. That's what I was expecting when I put it on the floor. And it absolutely delivered that. So I think the power that it's got is really going to define what it can do. And then the split chassis, being able to change the head pressure. I mean, this thing's got a lot of head pressure when you want it.
Yes.
Being able to take a tool within an inch of its life. And it's really going to show when we start to do some hard concrete or some concrete that's difficult to cut. You know, your outliers, your standard floors, it'll be better. But your outlier floors like this one, it'll really, really shine.
So do you think moving forward there might be such terminology as we talk about disc speed, wheel speed, chassis setting? Do you reckon that might become a thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Like we've got the technical data exists, like you can find it online on the WORX website. Like jump in and have a look at the segment pressure that you're putting down onto your machine. Like we should all be sort of having a look at that. And you know, we've got tools are rated to a certain segment pressure, like the WORX range is rated to a certain segment pressure now. And we know that we can sort of put that pressure on these tools and lean on them. But there's times when you don't want to. We've seen it today with the way that I'm grouting the floor. We've pulled some pressure off. It's taken load off the machine. It's given us a smoother scratch pattern. You don't always want to dig into the floor. And this gives you the ability to pull the machine back without having to change the tools.
Yeah, and as we all know, no two bits of concrete are the same. So all these technical tech things and settings and tool ratings and that sort of thing there, but there's always that bit of an unknown, isn't there? And that is the floor that you're on. But
this floor that we're on is not the same from one side to the other, and the remote's helping me with that actually. So as I'm transitioning onto different slabs in this one room, I'm seeing my load change, I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it change, and I can just make the couple of adjustments on the remote as I go. Keep it in the back of my head as to what I'm doing. When I hit that slab again, I just make those tweaks again. It's so easy.
Yeah, perfect. So again, I know you're a big fan of the backwards operation of the machine. What are some of the things you've been trying out here with your hands on the machine? And it's going forwards and backwards. What sort of features do you like there?
Yeah, so originally like grinding, we turn machines around, they go in a forward direction. As I turn, the inside of the arc gets cut a little bit deeper. So it takes a little bit of technique on the remote to not mess it up. This grinder, I turn it in, I flick it into reverse. It starts going backwards by itself. It inverts the controls so it's easy to use. No more turning around, no more digging holes on the inside of a turn. It's literally just pull up, pull back, and it's all set up so that it runs great backwards. Like the hose coming out the top looks a bit odd. Once you start running it backwards, it'll click with you immediately. Spent some time on the phone with Tim yesterday after running it for a while, and he gave me some tips and some features to use. Started using the merge feature with it, which is another great feature where you can just hands off, just flick a button and let it do its thing, and it'll be into its next lane. It'll invert its direction for you. It'll just move right across to where you want to be and just keep going. Just takes the attentiveness out of it so you can focus on changing dust bags, moving machines around, getting the grout out in front of the machine, you know, and really honing in on how to operate it.
So maybe a bit forward, backward direction, nice and seamless.
Seamless.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, think about it as a round head. The remote wheel drive system is just enabling it to get around. It's not front or back. It doesn't really have a front or back.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about being a sole operator. As I mentioned, this is home soil. You are doing this at your place. I guess if we start talking about real world application, real world, you know, work and jobs and getting onto site and things like that, how do you see it sort of fitting into a setup?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be your go-to machine. Like it's got to be the sort of one-stop production machine for most people that are doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm in and out of houses. I'm on big open spaces. I'm in small, tight spaces. The 700, it'll fit. It's got class-leading geometry. It's an unreal piece of equipment, and it's productive. It's a very, very productive machine. That's very clear from turning it on immediately. We've run it side by side with some of the other grinders that we have. And don't get me wrong, the other grinders perform very, very well. This thing just did some stuff that was probably better. It just had the power and the control to be able to spin on the floor.
And I guess that's, jumping on the more experience. It's a term thrown around a lot, I know, and that is once you're sort of dialed in and really up and running with the machine, I'd love to see where you'd be with it 6 months down the line, that sort of thing there.
Yeah, I think it's a high bar to qualify into running it well.
Yep.
There's so many features on it. It's got so much potential, which is a double-edged sword. Potential for good, potential for bad, right? It'll surpass what we're used to doing. It's going to take tools beyond the tolerances that they can currently deal with. It's going to push tooling development, as you guys know, as you guys are doing. It's going to let us crack past what the tools are capable of, which I don't think is something we really can do very often at the moment. In terms of its thermal capability, in terms of its speed, in terms of its abrasion, in terms of the tool's ability to stand up, to expose the diamond, to wear at the right rate, to push into a floor and remove stock. I'm really excited for what it's going to do.
Oh, that's great. And I suppose, leading, I guess, anything else you'd like to add? Any final thoughts? Well, I'm asking what your final thoughts are. If there's anything else you think people might like to know that we haven't covered or anything. But it's been fantastic sharing this time with you. But please, if there's anything you'd like to add.
Yeah, I think we saw it in the build videos, right? Like the way that the head was built of this machine and the wheel drive system is all about reliability. So we've pulled weight out of the motor, and it's all in the hardware that runs it. And that translates on the floor to a smooth machine that is going to be super reliable, can handle an abundance of torque, and will deliver good floors for a long time without downtime.
Yeah, great.
Reliability is a big issue. I spoke about it before, where if you have a breakdown, it costs you a lot of time. I just don't think we can afford to have many breakdowns, and I think this is going to deliver us a lower breakdown rate. Just because of how robust the build is. And the weight's in it. It's just not in a big motor anymore. The weight's in
where you might want it.
Wear components, big bearings, big oversized bearings in there, big heavy duty plates.
Chassis.
The chassis. The chassis is big. It's got some nice welds on it. It's definitely quality too. Like, you won't see a bad weld on this thing at all. It's definitely mechanically outstanding. Software is going to continue to get developed. And I think that that's really where the machine's at now, is to continue to develop the software. Hardware, pretty good.
No, it's great.
It's pretty good. I just want to thank all the team at WORX for continuing to push the envelope. Tooling, equipment, this is phenomenal. You're only 10% better than your competition, and it continues to raise across the industry. You're making it better to be a contractor every day, so thanks.
Cool, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thanks so much for your time, mate. It's nice catching up with you. It's always good to catch up with you.
Thank you, Mike.
Cheers, pal. Okay, so there you have it. Great to catch up with Dale from Spec Floors, get that sole operator perspective of the GK, and yet another GK King Series grinder demo. Done and dusted. We'll see you on the next one. Keep an eye out for us and Spec Floors on Insta.